Hi, this is Teddy Burriss, your LinkedIn and Sales Navigator strategist guy. So the question I'm going to answer now is what is the difference between followers and connections? And when should I be looking for one versus the other? But before I answer that question, hit that subscribe button. It's the only payment I ask for when I create these videos, all about trying to help you. A connection. Somebody sent the other person an invite to connect, and that person hit the accept button. That's what a connection is. First level connection. Somebody sent someone an invite, and the other person said yes. Now, there's also second level connections. These are people you're not yet connected with, but you have their mutual connections to someone else. And third level connections are typically you're not connected, you don't have any mutual connections, but there's some other relevance between you and them. Often it's a group or industry or region or whatever. LinkedIn manages that. There's also distant third level. But first level connection, someone sent someone an invite to connect and that person said yes. Now, what's the benefits of being connected? The big benefits of being connected are two things. Number one is you can see the other person's, if that person's sharing it, which I am, you can see their first level connections, 1,000 at a time. You can only see a maximum of 1,000. But if you filter it down, you can find the most important 1,000 or smaller. The other benefit of being a connection is that you can see that person's contact information, specifically their phone number and their email address, if they want them to see it. Okay, so those are the really big. Also, they can message. The other big one is they can send each other messages. So what's a follower? A follower is someone who came to your LinkedIn profile and hit the follow button. Now, whether they hit that follow button wherever it was on your profile, maybe it's on your home page, maybe it's hidden under more, but somehow or other they found the follow button and they followed you. And they could follow you from your content as well. Now, the benefits of being a follower. If you follow somebody, you have the opportunity potentially to see that person's content in your newsfeed because you're following them. And by the way, connections are also by default followers. So if I connect with someone, I am actually also following them as well. So I can see their content in my newsfeed. But back to followers for a minute. The benefit of being a follower is I can see their content. Now, there's another benefit to being a follower if you do it the right way. If you send someone an email, and not everybody has the ability to send emails, but if you have the ability to send an email, which means you're either a premium subscriber or you're sending a message to someone who is a premium subscriber and they've marked their account as an open networker, which means they will accept emails from anybody who they're paying or not. Because I'm paying, I'm willing to accept it. That's one way to send a message to someone that you're not connected with. There's two other ways to send a message to someone you're not yet connected with, who you may just be following. You could be in the same group, and you can send an email through a group and open the door for messaging through that email if the person accepts that group email and engages back with you. The third way to create a messaging relationship, even though you're not connected, is to send an invite to connect. And then with a message, and that person responds to the message. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about here. So here's my, over here, see all 20. And you can see right here, I've got a message from this guy, and I got a message from this lady with the actual, I got an invite with no message here, and I got an invite with a message. If I message back to this person, and they respond to me, I have just opened the dialogue through LinkedIn messaging. If I reply to this person who sent me a message, I have opened the dialogue for us to engage through messaging, even though we are not connected. So for me, if I'm not going to connect with someone, I'm going to encourage them to follow me. So the fact that I message them and the fact that I invite them to follow me, they could become a follower, and now they have the ability to message me. So in a big picture, the difference between a follower and a connection is little to none. The only real big difference is they're not going to be able to see, followers aren't going to be able to see my connections, and they're not going to be able to see my phone number or email address. But done right, they can follow my content and they can have access to message me through LinkedIn. Now, what's important to me? What's important to me is to look at the people on LinkedIn who are highly relevant to me and my business. If they are highly relevant to me as a human and to my business, then I'm going to accept their invite, or I may actually send them an invitation to connect using my processes. If they're not highly relevant to my business or highly relevant to me personally, and they send me an invite, I'm going to be very appreciative that they wanted to connect with me, and I'm going to invite them to follow me so that they can see my content, and the fact that I message them means they can message me. What's important for me is a first level network of people who are highly relevant to me and to my business. What's important to me is also growing followers of people who care enough about my content and want to see it and consume it and benefit from it. And for those, I'm going to invite them to follow me. I'm Teddy Burriss, your LinkedIn and Sales Navigator strategist, trainer, and coach. I hope these ideas are helpful for you as you build your connections and your followers.